just a preface before I start my intro and I start my video. I did not make a video the past couple of Mondays. We did have a death in the family. It was sudden, it was unexpected, and it was awful. And so my family and I have been we've been grieving, and we've been going through the process, and it has been devastating. So my son is okay, my parents are okay, but it was a very close family member, and it's been just deafening. It's been awful. So anyways, let's continue on with our video, and I will see you guys next Monday for another one. But as far as right now, I just wanted to take a moment and say that so that you all know that I'm not ignoring my Monday videos. Wednesday videos are going to be here and there. I really need to get on a better schedule, but my Monday videos, I haven't been ignoring them. I've just been taking some time to grieve with my family. So without further ado, welcome to my Monday videos. They are back. All right, guys, I've got no mascara on. I think we can deal with that for one video. I'm going home to get my headphones because I currently cannot focus at work right now without my headphones. It's killing me. We have brokers in our office that are constantly calling people and talking, and that's their job. It's fine. Killing me in accounting because I just want to post payments and post invoices, and it's so hard. Anyways, I'm going to talk about something pretty unconventional today with Hashimoto's. So let's hop right into it. All right, took me like a million tries to find a spot that had, good lighting, but also was not beaming in the sunlight. So now that I found that, I'm gonna eat lunch and talk about something that I don't think a lot of people talk about, or a lot of people do talk about it, and I'm just super lame and I've never like gone on YouTube and researched it. And that is Hashimoto. Wow. And I'm gonna try to do this in one go too. I'm not gonna try to edit a bunch of stuff out. So this is me choking on my food. But I wanted to talk about our libidos because libido, I think I call it a libido. I have some meal prep today. It's like I made like a meal prep stir fry. It's on my shorts, my YouTube shorts. It's like a 400 calorie meal prep. I believe it's soy free, dairy free. I know, gluten free. I don't know, just because of the wontons. But it's getting there. My diet is getting there. So in my experience with like libido, for me personally, it's very up and down, up and down, up and down. Now, I think that's because of the facts I'm about to tell you. I'm not very consistent with them. Like they recommend if you want to keep your libido up, you get regular exercise, self-care, sleep, which I'm a mom of a toddler. I'm not getting sleep. I mean, I can't say that. For the most part, he sleeps pretty good, but like I sleep so light. So they recommend all that for your libido to stay up. Now, sometimes I go through periods where I get really good sleep. I get some good like exercise here and there. And now the people are here to do the lawns. So it's really about consistency. But let me state a few facts about it first so that we can move forward with that. So both women and men produce testosterone, and thyroid disorders can cause low testosterone, which in turn is responsible, testosterone is responsible for a lot of the sex drive for men and women, both. So when you have low testosterone, you're gonna have a low sex drive. And then same thing, like when your cortisol is up, your what is that word? Pregnenolone is down. Progesterone. I'm not a doctor, okay? So cortisol is up, progesterone is down. So when your cortisol shoots up, your body uses pregnenolone to produce adequate amounts of the cortisol that you're using. So like when your cortisol shoots up, your body needs to supply that like quickly. So it'll shoot your pregnenolone up, and that it overworks it. So your libido goes down, because that's one of the parts that's responsible for your sex drive. They recommend a lot of stuff, like an array of vitamins and foods, like B vitamins, magnesium, zinc, maca root. They recommend food-wise, they recommend like dark chocolate, celery, garlic, pineapple, ginger, all of which I eat a lot of, but all of that amounts to it. Now, if you're taking your thyroid medication, you're consistent with eating and taking all those vitamins and food, whatever, and you're consistent with like self-care, sleep, and everything, and you're still experiencing low testosterone, you might want to see your doctor about other issues. I'm not sure, because that's typically the main root. For me personally, it's always taken a toll on relationships, because I will go from being like hyper wanting to do it all the time to like it's really repulsive to me. And so I was in a 6-year relationship where he wasn't a great partner in general. He wasn't a great boyfriend. I don't want to talk a bunch of smack on him or anything, but it wasn't a great relationship to begin with. But then you match that with the fact that I was just starting to really figure out my Hashimoto's, and I had like just no libido. I had no drive. I was like, and that caused a huge rift. It's no fun. I have found some things that help me. I mean, I'm not active right now, but things that have helped me are like, I practice a lot of self-care and self-love, which if you would have told me that a year ago, I would have been like, okay, like, yeah, we get it. Like, go for a walk. You won't have to take medication or whatever. But like, there's really a lot behind self-care and self-love. So I love my 3-year-old, right? Love him to death. Love him so much. I take care of him. I bathe him. I make sure he's happy. I clean his room for him. I make sure he's got clothes, shoes. I make sure that he's clean, happy, teeth are brushed, and that we use like words of affirmation every night, and we pray together. We do little things together. And I wasn't doing that for myself. And I was like, well, I love Presley so much. Like, why am I not doing this for myself? Why am I not loving on myself like this? So I started to do small things for myself. I made sure, and you know, people can say like, oh my God, like, what do you mean you started to shower and brush your teeth? It's not that I wasn't showering and brushing my teeth before. It's that I wasn't doing it as much as I should be. So now I'm back to brushing my teeth 3 times a day instead of once a day. Showering, I've always showered like twice a day. I love showering. But I would go through stages of depression and stuff and fatigue where I couldn't even like shower once a day. I was like, ugh, every other day. Like, you just get to a point where you don't want to do it. And so for the past year, I've been pretty consistent with showering and brushing my teeth. I've been consistent. But then I added little things in here and there. So I would go for a 20-minute walk. Those 20-minute walks turned into 30-minute walks. And then I was like, okay, get up every day, put one thing away in your room. Like, just clean up one thing in your room before you go to work. I implemented every Sunday's cleaning day. So I get up Sunday morning, I have a little bit of caffeine, I put some music on, I make Presley, my son, a huge thing of pancakes or whatever breakfast, and then we get to cleaning. All of that affects your libido. it is such a big side effect that a lot of people don't realize they have. Now, it goes hand in hand with fatigue. So it could be that it's not that you're not in the mood, it's just that you're tired. And so even if you're crazy attracted to your partner, you're just kind of like, ugh, like I'm so exhausted right now. And that happens too. I find that, like I said, when I do those lists of things, it works for me. And everything I say is my personal opinion and things that happen for me. It doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, and we're all so different. I really wish Hashimoto's was a cut and dry, this is what it is, this is what you do to fix it kind of problem, because then we could all have our answers, but everybody is so different. That's what makes it so hard to deal with, and what makes it so invisible is because my side effects might not be your side effects, might not be most people's side effects or something, and then your side effects might not be my side effects, and so forth. And so it's important to me that I talk about every side effect of mine, because if I don't talk about every side effect of mine, how can I reach out everybody with these side effects? And so libido is uncomfortable for me to talk about on the internet, but it's important for me to talk about because it actually is a very big, important side effect that a lot of people don't realize is a Hashimoto side effect. Now, like I said, I'm not active at the moment, so it doesn't really affect me whether it's high or low, but other things affect me, like fatigue, exhaustion, depression. And if you aren't practicing a lot of self-care and self-love and like taking medication you need to take and seeing your doctor, you really can't move forward in your life with Hashimoto's. And I want to know if this has affected anybody else out there. I want to know if this is something that has affected you in your life. And I don't know. This is a really good lunch. Exercise doesn't have to be super regular either. It's just like I go on like 20-minute walks, sometimes 30-minute walks, and every once in a while, if I really feel like it, I'll do a workout. It's rare. 3-year-olds are a workout. Being a mom with Hashimoto's is crazy too, or a parent in general, mom or dad or any type of parent or guardian, and that's a whole other video. I very much, as much as I know medication is a right way to go for Hashimoto's, I also believe in such a holistic approach. And that's another thing for another video. I veer off so bad. But I want to know if anybody else's libidos are affected. I know mine has been insanely, like I said, it's up and down, because I go through weeks where I'm really on top of everything, and then I go through weeks where I'm depressed and I'm tired and I'm like, I'm not on top of anything. And that's okay. I hope everybody realizes that that's okay, and that we aren't alone, and there's so many people, like, we're not crazy. There's so many people out there with this that feel like they are crazy because they don't know what it is yet and they aren't educated on it yet. Luckily, in this day and age, there's things like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, where people really are coming out about their autoimmune disorders and different recipes and different things that work for them. And so that will be such a help and such a guide for like future generations with this. Because I know when I was younger, when I found out I had Hashimoto's, I was like, what is that? Like, what even is this? Like, and gut healing, I didn't even really know about till a few years ago. So I can only hope for the generations growing up right now that when they come up with it, it's like they're so prepared, because they're like, okay, well, I've already heard of this, and, you know, hopefully it'll help. And that's honestly why I love making these, because even if I don't have a huge update every week, even if it's just something like this where we're eating lunch together and we're talking, at least someday or at some point I'm reaching people who need this for guidance. And on my days where I feel less motivated and I feel bad, sometimes I'll watch my videos back and be like, okay, there's a purpose behind this. And I'll just remind myself, like, you got to keep going. My son is a big reminder. But you know what? Shout out to parents, because even though he's my constant reminder, I still feel unmotivated a lot of days. I still feel like I'm not good enough a lot of days. Like, that's not something, like, don't feel like you're weird for that. Because there are days where, like, I know that if I don't keep my diet right, and I don't take my medication, and I don't take care of myself, I could die if I'm not taking care of myself. And I still, some days it just doesn't matter. Some days I'll eat a ton of ice cream. I'll binge eat. I'll not take care of myself. And then, like, I snap out of it every time, but, like, it's hard. And a lot of parents feel like they're bad parents for feeling that way, but we're human, you know, and we love our kids, but sometimes it's just not enough. It's hard. This is delicious. I made that recipe up on my own. It's a pretty basic recipe though, so there's probably a million out there. Almost the same. You guys check out the recipe. It's really good. I'm back. I'm off work. The sun is now in my eyes. It is evening time. And I wanted to touch back again on this video and this very on brand of me chaotic video. I wanted to touch those points again. These are my experiences, my side effects, or not symptoms. There we go. That's the word. It's not a medication, it's a disorder. And my journey. And my libido is definitely something that's been highly affected. It's affected relationships for me. It's affected a lot for me in that sense. And it shouldn't, because your partner, you know what I mean? You should find a partner that's understanding of it. And it's, you know, where I'm at with that. But there are so many things we can do to remedy it, but everybody's so different that a remedy for me might not be a remedy for you. This might not even be a symptom for you. It's definitely a symptom for me. And it's important to touch bases on everything, even the uncomfortable stuff. And talking about my libido is very uncomfortable for me because I'm not open about that stuff. I don't really talk about like my sex life or anything like that. So that is my video on libido with Hashimoto's. It's kind of something that is a given, but sometimes with everything going on, you think this can't be a symptom, but it is. There's so many symptoms. It's like everything is a symptom. It sucks. So yeah, that's my video on libido. Thanks for having lunch with me. Thanks for sticking around to watch my videos. This is kind of a boring video today. Like I said, very on brand of me. I am very up and down. Sometimes I'm hypersexual, sometimes I'm not at all. And that's my personal experience. I have been keeping more of a consistent, regulated diet and routine lately. That's been helping, I'm sure, in that department. I'm not sure though, because I'm not active right now. So, but I know in every other aspect it's been helping a lot. I hope that any of you watching, if you suffer with that sort of symptom, this might give you some insight. It might help a little. If not, totally fine. I am just gonna go home now and be with my little one. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their Monday. And my videos will be a little more upbeat from here. I just, like I said in the beginning, we had a death in our family in the past few weeks, and it was really awful. It wasn't a natural cause of death. It was really bad, and there's a long process that is taking place with that, and it's definitely a time of grief for me and my family. So I appreciate you guys dealing with a very boring video. And I will be back next week. Thanks.